fantastic team fight.
They're basically a kill box.
Yeah.
If they make it through, if the Harith is not banned, and if it is pulled through, like if somehow Coach Ducky, Coach BREN don't ban it out, will Keller survive the early to mid?
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's going to be up to Ryzen actually to keep it somewhat level. If he cannot be the one to make it an early advantage for Omega because he's going around, flying around, getting kills, he's going to at least have to temper it a bit and trade it out. They banned the Melissa instead. Omega might actually have their eyes set on banning out either the Cho, the Kufra. Yep. Oh, it has to be Roamers, Cho, Kufra, Franco, Faramis, Grok.
Kai.
So many options.
But yeah.
So many open.
Knowing Ogwin, if I was Coach Pokbet, I'd say just take out the Grok and the Kufra.
Yeah, there it is.
The Cho is a necessary evil.
Somehow you gotta let that through, but at the same time, they do have tools to kind of deal with it. You really don't want to play a Cho into a glue, right? So that's already a given. There's the Akai.
All right.
Already expecting Master Blaster open.
Yes, sir. Get a Kufra, Lolita, maybe even, but then that means their only sure stun would be, only sure catch would be just that enhanced basic attack after that first skill dash from the Lolita.
Here's the thing that you always have to remember when facing a team that has picked up a Fanny. Pick up those Kufras, pick up those Akais, right? Something that can kind of stop the onslaught of a rampaging Fanny. It's Cho, right?
Actually, you know what? Never mind. I think at this point, like Omega just knows that there's way too many problems out there. They would rather not address either.
Yeah, let's just play it.
Yeah.
let's just wing it. That's such a Omega wave attack.
We'll just play better.
Play better ML.
That's what happened in game number 1. I mean, honestly, going into that, they were the disadvantage for the draft. But they just played better ML in the key moments. So
very elementary.
So what is it going to be? BREN Esports, Oakland.
Are you going to deal with this Fanny, boy?
Atlas,
Franco, Kaja, Atlas, Ruby. Everyone's still up on the board.
Personally,
there.
Franco is great. Flying Fanny, catch it with a Bloody Hunt, you're golden. So it's already there. But
maybe they'll pick up the Lancelot and then Franco last bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to rush that.
The Franco into the Eve is a little awkward.
Yeah, that's awkward. If ever they're going to pick up the Franco, they need to pair it up with the Lancelot. But because of the presence of the Eve, it is awkward. It might actually be a Tanks-a-Lot here for Kaltizi.
It's going to be fun.
Or a Haya. Okay, they pick
None
up
of the above.
First.
It's the Ruby answer. All right, that's the answer they go for.
Jungler last.
Yeah. Jungler last.
All right, what's a good jungler pick here?
Okay, so they pick up
Haya.
the...
Come on.
And they pick up the Ruby because they know there's a chance there's going to be a Harith on the side of Omega, so at least you'll have that stopper that don't run Wolf King just to annoy the flow of Kelra's team fight.
Reel him in.
Yeah, if it's not going to be the Harith, it's going to be a Moskov or a Nathan.
You don't want to funnel in too hard on the Fanny, right? You're going to lose sight of the other members.
Yeah, and that's a good thing already about what Omega has shown. They already have their second option, so it's not going to be overly dependent.
It's already hovered.
It's already hovered on the Harith. You draft like that in the first phase, it's most likely going to be the Harith. But if not, then of course they also have other options. And it's a Grog, and of course.
Of course. Here it is. As for our jungle option, this is the big question. Is it going to be the Haya?
It's a higher Lancelot for me here. Because they already took away the Grok. So it's like they're trying to tell Kaltizi, pick Assassin.
These are the picks that you can pick.
Either the Haya or the Lance. You're okay with it. Unless they're going to show something different here, but honestly, there's not a lot of room. The presence of the Eve early on. I mean, for a lineup, for a season where Eve has become more of a gambit than a sure thing in terms of drafting her early, Omega drafted well around the idea that they will have an Eve.
All right, so that's a Haya. There it is.
That's
so
expected.
Haya speaks English now.
Oh yeah.
You heard that? Yeah.
I heard that. Cool.
Okay. So this is very Kaltizi.
Yep.
But the problem that Smart Omega is presenting demands a very specific solution. So I wonder if this is it.
I feel like Omega has a very good lineup to finish this off. basically forcing BREN Esports to almost react to almost every single pick.
Exactly.
That's not a position where you want to be, and normally that's a signal that your team is in for a good time.
I hope here, though, for Omega is that they don't lean in too much into the idea of, in terms of team fighting, we're fantastic, so let's just throw bodies 4, 5, and team fight. What they did against BREN earlier, I'd like to see them replicate. I'd like to see them trying to go for the objective splits. 3 or 4 in one area, then you're going to have Keller or maybe even Ryzen split pushing the map. Create space all throughout. Don't hammer in so much on the idea that you're fantastic at team fighting.
And that's what Smart Omega's walking into game 2 with. They have amazing zoning, amazing box type engagements. But again, BREN is coming in ready. Like again, the fact that Ogun is so ready. Look, Ogun is so G to just try and ruin this.
So confident. Look at this guy.
Hello.
Yeah, they do get good info, and he knows that a Fanny doesn't really pose that much of a threat. So far for Ogwin, at level 1 rather, so let me complete that thought. So at level 1, so BREN Esports can get some information around this early game. Again, all eyes are on the gold standard, whether or not Super Marco has what it takes to actually face him off on the bot side. Now that we're seeing a Kelra that seems to be, more confident.
Yeah. They're sending more men down there. Can they punish?
That's a free man, Ogwin. You're level 2, you're Ruby.
Oh.
You gotta use your flicker to get on out there, but Ryzen will keep chasing you.
Oh, good sidesteps there by Ogwin to minimize the damage being dished out. He does have to recall to go home. You know the thing about these two lineups, they actually both have the potential to suddenly spike up at around minute 8 or 9, then end it by 12 to 15. That is given in the perfect world scenario, but it's just funny to think that both of them have that potential.
Yeah, that's a lot of action, and not everyone knows. We all love that action, so
Yep. That's
expect a lot of that here.
about 6 or 7 minutes away from now. First up, I think they'll have to consider Turtle here. 5 seconds away. Both jungglers seem to be hell-bent on getting purple first. This is going to be an interesting first Turtle.
Yep, that purple obviously 100% more important for the Fanny compared to the Hayabusa, but of course that's going to be the prio. So Renzio is going to be the de facto substitute to pull in that turtle because they don't want to let it go. And obviously both teams want to contest this.
Yeah, and that's a great call there here by Renjo.
Our side.
They have an assassin in the jungle, so they're going to be dragging back. And look, Omega, they're still sticking to the idea, even though they're showing themselves up in the turtle. They're still getting the buffs up.
Look,
That's a reset.
both junglers just accept the reset. Yeah, they're both saying, all right, you know what, let's just get orange first.
Yeah, and I think there's both of them acknowledging the idea that because of the nature of everyone's abilities, this could go incredibly bad for either of them. So they're being so cautious about it.
Quite smart. They go for the 50-50, and the turtle is going on a road trip for the meantime.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Furthest I've seen a turtle go in a
Yeah.
while.
Whoa, that turtle walks slow. Makes sense.
That's a fight under Flap TZ. Obviously, still has a lot of survivability, the built-in advantage of having a glue. Of course, Renjo is ready to go and face that right away. But this time around, I think Kyle TZ feels like he's ready to go for the objective.
He goes ahead, pulls it on through. Ogwin threatening a hook, and gets reset again.
Wow.
So it looks like this is going to be one of the longest-lived turtles in MPL, I think.
I mean, turtles do have a naturally long lifespan,
Yep.
so I think that turtle's just like living up to its nature.
In the Land of Dawn, they die almost like every 2 minutes.
Yeah, there needs to be like an organization to protect turtles
Yes.
in the Land of Dawn.
So far, that's what Miko's doing.
Yeah.
He's reset the turtle and then sent it like as far away from this nest.
Maybe he's starting the organization. He's doing that for the buffs as well.
yeah,
Oh,
bottom lane though.
Yep, Miko
Stomach's
really
helping out.
cares about these creatures, as you can see, but he also cares about getting the last hit. And he does!
Miko!
With the power of nature. Oh man, that was beautiful.
All right, in the extended turtle dance that we've seen, it all comes down to one huge power of nature.
And
My goodness.
in the time that it took to kill that one turtle, 2 turtles could have spawned.
Right.
Just saying.
Wow.
That took a while.
And just at the right time, BREN Esports actually had to make a play there. That's why both teams decided to force it. Is because Stone was in the bottom lane helping out Kelra and actually brought Super Marco down to half, sending Super Marco back home. Hence why now Kelra has a okay advantage here, considering that he was able to take out 55% of the shields. That's a good amount of gold.
Oh, there it is. Beautiful box there.
Yikes!
The kill zone that we activated for Omega turned out to be quite the opposite. They were the ones who got caught down there.
Oh, 2 for 1. Close call. If only they had a catch for Kyle Teasy. I guess that's where we're seeing it now. One of the few ways that I think that they can actually get Kyle Teasy is via Stone, Renzio's taunt, or Miko. But if you're going to get wild charge, you're most likely want to hit Super Mario.
I gotta say, it did look really good there, right? For a moment.
A pick-off is a pick-off.
Yeah.
We got something out of it, but of course BREN Esports countered that really well. And so with that, we got an idea as to why this could just all suddenly explode and turn around in one moment, and it's done by less than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Both teams felt it there, and with both teams playing relatively cautiously, the damage spikes are going to be felt even more so. Already a BOD on the hands of Super Marco, but he is delayed at around 7.5, maybe 8.5 minutes. We might end up seeing a big team fight wherein a lot of bodies are going to go down, a lot of damage is going to be dished out.
Turtle up in about a couple of seconds. We'll see if this takes, again, another 2 minutes before actually being taken down. Tempo down bottom, though, very, very different.
Kelra being friend here a little bit.
All right.
So don't be fooled by the sluggish nature of this matchup. I mean, things could happen in a snap here, especially with Miko.
Uh-oh. Concealed
Wild
by Ogwin.
charge ready.
Right on Miko's face, too. You see that?
Yeah.
What was that?
All right, so
Trying to bait him into doing something.
what's
forcing
Ogwin
out
trying to do
ability.
here? Yeah, he's trying to get something done, but obviously that's a Grok, a very, very tanky hero.
Right, so 4 men from both teams on the bot lane. I wonder if they know that the Kyle Deezy's here. Look at this Hayabusa. Watch him.
Oh, Kelra.
They know him in the mid.
Kelra.
They know.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
They're not playing around the objectives. They know the conditions of both teams. The potential risk of a sudden spike.
The question here is who gets ahead with all the delaying that's happening here, right?
I don't know what's going on, but Renjo and Flapteasy are getting to know each other real well. They're the ones dabbing for the turtle.
Finally, it's the go button here being activated by Omega.
Oh.
Stone with the cleanup there. Under
right.
the turret.
That's all ults spent by Omega.
Oh, yeah. Save for Renzio, which, of course, he's on the turtle side, so...
They're still both just pulling the turtle around. Oh, one of the most interesting games I've seen this season. The discipline that these two are showing, the acknowledgement of each other's win conditions. Still, they are both putting a lot of focus onto their gold laners. Right now, Flapteasy's presence is annoying. Ryzen forced to use the retribution. This might be a go signal for BREN to just commit to this turtle, and it is.
Oh, at 8 minutes. This is the most vegan matchup I've ever seen so far.
Yeah, no. Throwback to, what, September, November of 2021? In the heyday of Onyx Philippines and Blacks International, games went like this.
Sluggish as it can get.
And no wonder why I'm starting to feel like why does this feel familiar?
Yeah, it does feel familiar, doesn't it?
Oh,
Here's the kill box activated once more. Ogwin getting caught there, but Miko will miss on the wild charge. That is pretty massive.
Okay. Man, the discipline that these two are showing. 8 minutes and 35 now. Both teams not wanting to give a massive opportunity or lead to the other.
Especially
right now.
BREN, right? I mean, they're playing as passive can get.
Oh. Yeah, but again, in this whole passive run, you kind of forget certain lanes are actually pressure points, and that's what Super Marco did with the lack of attention that both teams have put into the gold lane. Went and pushed tier 1.
Guess that push down.
But ahead.
Oh, there's a split up top.
Oh,
but
it's
here
a nice
we go.
pull and a counter wild charge against the Grok itself.
Oh, up top though, they're gonna turn it into a turret. So I guess that's a fair trade.
Yeah, pretty fair trade.
Uh-oh, Ryzen won't be able to get his purple.
And there it goes. We're seeing Hayabusa right on straight into a Fanny, which is one of the ways that you can actually eliminate a Fanny. obviously a very mobile hero, but if you can use Shadow Kill in the right moments, usually there are times you can take it out instantly.
Yeah. No worries that Horizon won't be able to get his purple buff. Kyle TZ forced to use the Retribution there, as he tried to use it so that he could maybe even get a pick off to Horizon, but Horizon already committed that cable to fly away. Bottom side, top side rather, being opened up by BREN Esports, but Super Marco doesn't commit on the push. Risky. Oh my goodness, both the two teams. Feels like it's been quite a while since I've seen a game like this.
2 to 3 kills at 10 minutes.
Yep. And again, it's not like they don't have the damage, just they both know very well how to play around what the other is doing. Now Ogun attempting a pull here.
Oh, what a flicker away by
Wild
Few.
charge and flicker away by Capitan himself. Beautifully done and executed. Now BREN has a side advantage. They have control of the Lord. No more Gorgeous Bear as well to reset this. This time around is Flap Easy on the attack. Few with the offensive as well as Kyle Easy taking out Kelra.
What a pickoff by Kyle TZ, able to get Kelra. What a call by BREN. And they get the first Lord of the game.
And it's that same power spike. Again, you were looking at what, Renmark? 8 and 30? It got delayed maybe 2 minutes, given how slow-paced the game is. Now it's at 10:45. Super Marco, he wants to go for that attack speed build, so picks up the Hunter Strike here and now makes more leeway in mid. Oh, the map is slowly shrinking.
Yeah, Kelra has struggled this game. He's zoned out incredibly well by the members of BREN. Only around 9,000 damage dealt to players. Actually, the top damage leader for Omega right now is Stone with around 20,000.
Now Lord will push up on top side, and we are still wondering what is up here with Ryzen. We haven't seen him in action for quite a while now.
Yeah, I guess this is the other side of the coin when you're talking about fannies, right? It's either you own the map and you're doing everything, pulling double duty, but there's also this wherein it looks like the opponent knows exactly what you're trying to do, and you can't even swing around as much, and that's the miserable side of the fanny, right?
Yeah.
Like your one major thing, your mobility, is neutralized.
Basically a cross-map minion clear machine, so I don't know. That's
like
what's happening right now with Ryzen.
a walking Ling.
Yeah.
It's a walking fanny.
Ugh. And now, how much of the map can Ryzen on this fanny, and of course the rest of Omega open up, because BREN Esports are taking control of the mid really well, that it's getting even harder for Omega to find the opportunities to split. Look at the damage already dished out onto Miko. Oh my goodness, BREN Esports full control here.
Ryzen
Oh,
seems to be
that's
ready.
big, that's big.
Stone with the initiation, very proactive as the energy
Look at Flap and
forced
Few.
there.
Oh,
Kyle TZ is very happy to take these fights. And it's a double kill for the Hayabusa. It's a 3v4, 3v5 for the meantime here.
oh. It's so hard to be Kelra. He was holding onto that Purify for so long. When is the right target? Who is the right target? Should I focus down on once I click this? It's not there. He's not there yet.
Yeah, and that was a great flank by Few and Flap TZ. Reason why Omega was thrown off in that team fight. They were watching out for the glue and the Valentina coming in from behind them. And BREN Esports turned that team fight comfortably, even though Omega set it up and it looked dire for the members that were caught in the real-world manipulation. BREN Esports had the advantage all the time.
I guess that's one of the ways that you can kind of deal with a very, very proficient player. If there's a singular player on the opposing side, just overload him with what he needs to do. Will I purify now? Will I use my ult now? Like, just attack him in all fronts.
And it's just exacerbated by the fact that you're outgunned. BREN Esports was what, sitting at a 6K gold lead before that engagement?
Yeah.
So that means you're threatened by both Super Marco and Kyle TZ. Speaking of, right, high and dry, that's exactly how that emblem works.
And I feel like that, in sports terms, that is the dagger. Quite literally, because he throws daggers to the
Kunais.
Hayabusa.
Yeah.
That is a dagger to Omega's hopes of ending this in a sweep. BREN Esports will be able to ride this comfortably. It'll be, again, a mountain to climb in terms of defense here for Omega. If they pull it off, it'll be one of the greatest turnarounds that we've seen this season. This season has had a fair share of turnarounds. Hell, we had fantastic ones in the series before this one. But right now, BREN Esports, they're on their way to forcing a game number 3 here.
9,000 gold, road to 10K gold lead advantage for the Hive here.
I don't think it's an understatement to say that this is a near perfect game for the Beatrix and the Hayabusa. So those are both core heroes for BREN Esports. How do you clap back? Under what, 15 minutes after that, there's a Lord marching in on your base. That's a Luminous Lord.
And that's just a BREN way, right? They take care so much of their cores. And Super Marco is probably just having a field day right now.
Oh, they found each other again.
Oh, Ryzen able to get out at least for now. But again, their base is starting to get into shambles here. How long can Omega hold on here?
All right, they lost inhibitor down bottom already. So there's permanent damage up top. Oh!
Kelra again once more is all alone. No one to share that shadow kill damage if ever it was there. So that's actually stopping him from pushing in further. Although, of course, shadow kill was already used.
One of the problems right now for Omega is they don't even have an answer for the glue. Every time Flap TZ shows up, you see them just scrambled, and they barely scratch Flap TZ when he enters in.
Oh no, there's a glue. What are we gonna do? Something like that.
Yeah.
So, yep, right now even Miko on the Grok just doesn't have any space to breathe here. He does get eliminated by his mirror ultimate.
Okay, so good news is you also saw that there was a little bit of hope there, right? He hit the wild charge on 3 members. There just was no follow-up.
Yeah. So we're seeing exactly how Omega is trying to deal with this right now. Though BREN with the concealed play, Renzio could be in trouble, but nope. It's the objectives that are on the eyes of BREN Esports.
Oh, shadow kill!
Shadow kill is going everywhere right now. All inhibs are down, but at least that might be BREN being stopped, at least for now.
Staying alive! Smart Omega able to stop BREN Esports from sieging here with 30 seconds left on the Lord respawning. I do believe if BREN Esports take this immediately, it's still not going to be an evolved Lord.
That's right. So, again, some room to breathe here for Omega, but their slack is cutting. The slack on the rope is being used up over here.
Yeah, it's a full build Harith already for Omega, but again, we barely feel the damage. There's just so much damage being dished out by BREN, so much room provided by Flap. Omega might have been caught with their pants down here. Will BREN commit? They don't. They know that there's a Lord up there, so they'll decide to play around that. Still cool. Calm and collected here for BREN Esports. Full stack there, and this siege here might be the end of it for Omega.
Yeah, if BREN gets this without a contest, the push is going to be ridiculously easy. Stone being basically the only wave clear option here, aside from Power of Nature. This Lord is going to be a really tough nut to crack.
Oh! It's 50% in one sniper shot. Got easy.
Render hit.
Pino Savage being given a dose of his own medicine.
This is difficult. It's not impossible to defend, but it's very difficult. Smart Omega is gonna have to pull one out, much like how Onyx did win game 2 and 3 from the previous series tonight.
Probably the god of all comebacks, basically.
Oh, good news is they have the Grok.
Oh yeah,
They can employ.
That turns the tides.
They can employ the same strategy.
Yeah, well, they have the damage. It'll all boil down to like one big setup if possible, but BREN Esports have been watching their positioning.
If there's an epic comeback, they're gonna have to pull off a mythic comeback here.
Yeah.
Oh!
A mythical and glorious comeback.
Mythical, glorious comeback.
Oh, wow.
All the time. Ryzen! Kyle TC just doing what Kyle TC does at this point.
Now that's the dagger.
Something tells me that may have been part of the plan. The fact that Ryzen had to call out Kyle TZ means that they can defend the fight.
Yep, that's everyone flying here on the side of Omega. But so far, it looks like BREN just not phased here at all. We are definitely going to a game 3.
Wow.
That was too much. It was an expensive defense, and they were holding on.